An important period of the contemporary history is the rise and fall of Islamic State or ISIS. ISIS is a terrorist group that seized part of Iraq and Syria in 2014, declaring a caliphate. Caliphate is self-governance considered a religious and political state of all Muslims under one rule, and is aimed to unite all Muslims under one leader and govern based on the Islamic law. It is known for extreme violence, mass persecution, and extreme propaganda, and remains a global threat despite losing territory.
So, let's get answer from these questions. So, number 4. What is your view regarding the information presented in paragraph 4?
The fourth paragraph of the timeline talks about how U.S. led coalition launched airstrike against ISIS in 2014 under Operation Inherent Resolve. This attack helps weaken ISIS by destroying key strongholds in Iraq and Syria. However, despite losing ground, ISIS was still able to carry out attacks and maintain influence in some areas. While Iraq forces made progress, ISIS managed to hold into important cities like Raqqa and even expanded its influence in other countries. The group also inspired deadly attacks worldwide, like the Paris attacks and Orlando nightclub shooting. This shows that even as ISIS lost land, it remained dangerous throughout its followers and global network.
Number 5. Do you think that the fall of ISIS will do something good around the globe?
The fall of ISIS, especially the loss of 95% of its territory by 2017, was a big victory for a global security. Losing Mosul and Raqqa, its two major cities, made it harder for ISIS to operate internally fighters. However, just because ISIS lost land doesn't mean the problem is gone. Many of its fighters went into hiding or joined other territories groups. While its defeat reduced large-scale attacks, ISIS extreme beliefs still exists, and the threat of terrorism remains. Still, the fall of Caliphate was a big step toward peace and showed that terrorist groups cannot hold the power forever. But to stop terrorism for good, countries need to work together to rebuild war-torn areas and prevent conditions that allow ISIS to grow in the first place.
Would you consider the rise of ISIS a threat to global peace?
ISIS was a major threat to global peace because it spread violence far beyond the Middle East. Unlike other terrorist groups, ISIS took control of land, created a so-called caliphate, and used social media to recruit thousands of people worldwide. Their brutal tactics, like mass killings and destroying historical sites, shocked the world and caused suffering for millions. They also carried out attacks in Western countries, showing that no place was truly safe. The rise of ISIS forced many countries to spend years fighting against it, causing political and humanitarian problems. The refugee crisis worsened as the people fled the war zone, creating instability in nearby countries. Because of this, ISIS was just not a local problem, but a global war that threatened the security, the peace, and stability everywhere.